Hi, everybody, and welcome to this week's Google Partners Biweekly News Bulletin. My name is Peter. I'm from the GCE team here in the Nordics. I am working in the Dublin headquarters, and I wasn't here last time, but now I'm back stronger than ever. So I'm glad to be here today.
Great. My name is Sonia. I work with Peter in the Nordics team here in Dublin, and we're going to go through our product updates and partners trainings today with a little addition to what we previously had.
Exactly. So that's going to be exciting to try something new. Remember, as always, guys, if you have any questions along the way here, please feel free to just ask the questions on the event page. We will get back to them after the presentation, and if there's some question that we missed for some reason, we'll of course get back to you after this this very short hangout here.
Great.
All right. Let's look at the agenda for today. So first of all, as always, we'll just really quickly run through the upcoming partners trainings in the Nordics for May. And after that, we're going to go through 3 product updates today. First of all, we're going to have a quick look at the Redesign to AdWords interface coming in 2016 and fully implementation by 2017. Sonia's going to be talking a little bit about that as kind of a first agenda item. Next thing is we're going to look at the new best practices guide for display network. And last but not least, there's a new feature now called Download User Report that you can use on your AdWords Manager accounts. Some really exciting stuff. And the new feature that we introduced for this biweekly news bulletin is the frequently asked questions of the week. So basically, we asked you guys, what would you like to know? What is top of mind at the moment? And we found that, as of right now at least, one of the really burning questions is the Merchant Center policy for different product landing pages.
Great.
Yeah.
Okay, let's get started with the partners updates. So, as usual, let's start with Sweden. So, April 28th, there will be a deep dive in marketing, and May 3rd, a deep dive in AdWords sales. And these deep dives are half-day courses focusing on a specific subject, and now Sweden will have 2 of these. And these are only available for AdWords certified individuals. So remember that when signing up. Then to Finland, May 5th, there is a mobile advertising day in Helsinki. And then May 24th, there's Analytics Part 1. So yeah, that's for Finland and Sweden.
Perfect. And for Norway, we have on May 3rd, the mobile advertising taking place in Oslo, followed by the AdWords Fundamentals on May 26th, also in Oslo. For Denmark, pretty similar schedule actually. May 11th, mobile advertising, and May 17th, AdWords Fundamentals. Both of these will take place in Copenhagen. And as always, we mention this every time, but we just want to make sure that you guys remember to sign up every participant that you want to have at these events. So if you're a larger group from your company or your organization going, make sure to not only sign up one person, but actually all, for instance, 4 participants to make sure that there's a seat for everybody.
Great. Cool. So on to this week's product updates. And we'll start with the redesign to the AdWords interface, which is launching this and next year. So basically, what is this all about? Well, as AdWords was introduced around 15 years ago, it's evolved quite a lot from those days, when it started as a tool for creating text ads in Google search. Now, as you know, you have a lot of different formats of advertising for different devices, and now there's a need of redesigning the experience in the interface and a whole new revamp, actually. So we'll introduce the new interface gradually this and next year, and we'll be inviting advertisers to try it out and provide us feedback. And also, this will happen on a gradual basis, so you won't have to request it. It will happen organically. So also, AdWords will now be using the material design language, which we've been using in our other products such as Gmail, search, and all those other products that you're very familiar with so far. And we'll be transforming AdWords into this. And we have a little sneak peek in how it's going to look like.
Really exciting. Drum roll, please. Let's have a look.
So this is the interface snapshot, what it will be looking like. So quite different from what it is now. the features in itself will remain the same. So you don't have to worry. There are not going to be any major changes for your experience per se, but the actual design and user experience in that sense will change.
Yeah, I think it looks very similar to a lot of the other products that we have out there. So it's going to be really exciting to see what you guys think of it.
Yeah, great. So the focus areas of the new interface are applied to the feedback that our advertisers have been giving us. So what we should focus on and what we should have less of. And now we're focusing more about your business and making it less about our product. So we're making it much more easy to manage and optimize your campaigns. Also, we'll make it easier for you to get insights about your campaigns and also visualize them in a way that actually makes it very actionable for you. So we want to keep the powerful tools that we have now in a much more simple way. So you will be able to be more efficient and do more in less time. So yeah, that's very exciting, and we're looking forward to this also. So
very much, very much. Now this brings us on to the second product update today here, and this is the new best practices guide for display network. So as Sonia mentioned right before here, we're all about the feedback that we get from you guys, especially you who works with a lot of different advertisers. And what we found is that a lot of times you would like some more material and information on how to start building these brand campaigns, for instance, or in general just utilizing the display network to its fullest. So what we've done here is we've made a best practices guide that you'll be able to find on our help center. And basically this is of course free of charge and universally accessible no matter where you are in the world. So if you can't wait for it for after this presentation, we will of course post the link after. But if you want to have a look straight away, you can just go to our AdWords Help Center right now and search for making the most of display advertising. Here you'll be taken through a guide, step by step, what should you think about and what are the different options. And along the way, you'll also be able to see some case studies that we've done with other advertisers. So
great.
Yeah, really exciting stuff.
And on to our last product update, which is the ability to download a user report on your manager account. So this is also a great new feature. So basically, if you have a manager account, you'll be able to download a single report of all the users that have access to every single account in your hierarchy. So if you have complicated account structures within your MCC and you want to know who's able to log in, when they logged in, now you're able to do that in one single format. So the user report will continuously track and audit the access levels, and it will provide a list of the users, their permission levels, and the last login date that they had. So now it's available on your MCC account if you go to account access and then download. So you'll be able to find it.
Yeah, it's a really cool feature as well.
Great. So Peter will be covering our week's frequently asked question and a topic we find interesting and something that we would like to address with you guys.
Yeah. So let's dive right into it. I already mentioned it in the agenda in the beginning, but it's this policy that we see different product landing pages. And we see, unfortunately, a lot of merchant center accounts are at risk of suspension or actually being suspended because of this. Now, this is actually not a new policy, but we made some small tweaks to the policy after the Shopping Policy 2.0 was launched in the beginning of March. So you'll probably know this already. If not, if this is completely new to you, please listen closely as I just walk through these examples.
Great.
So first of all, what is the policy all about? Well, the policy is, as it's always been, that the product that you have in your data feed in your Merchant Center account should equal the product that you're leading the customer to on your landing page. So I think that's very intuitive, and in a sense, that is basically what Google Shopping is all about. Now, we strongly recommend that you show the correct pre-selected variants, such as color or size, on the landing page. And this is something that we've really specified after the launch of the Shopping Policy 2.0. Before, this was not a demand that we had as such, but now it really is to kind of ease the user experience. Now, the best practices is really to have unique products for each fundamental variant of that product. So if we put this in kind of simplistic terms, let's say that I were to purchase a black t-shirt in a size large, there's two fundamental variants here that I need to consider in order to make this purchase. So I would go ahead and search for a black t-shirt in a size large. Now the ads that I will be shown is gonna be t-shirts that are black in size large. I click on the ad and I'm immediately routed to a e-commerce site where I'll be able to simply just click on the checkout box here and make an actual purchase, have the t-shirt within a couple of days, and all happy days. Now, beforehand, and this is where the issue really arises, is a lot of advertisers used to have a drop-down menu on their site for these, and there were no pre-selected variances. So what ended up happening sometimes was that customers for you guys, actually clicked on your ads, came into the web shop, and were not able to purchase that product that they needed in that specific size or color. Now, this is of course not the ideal scenario. It's not a very good user experience for the customer, and you guys are paying for clicks that have no chance of converting. So we want to eliminate that gap, really, and this is what this policy is all about.
Great.
Yeah.
Makes sense.
Yeah. So another question that we get a lot, and this is something that maybe is not too clear. So let me just specify this. What happens if you have additional purchasing options that are only optional? So meaning that these are not fundamental variants that you'll need to pre-select in order for a customer to check out with a product. Sorry. So let's go back to the t-shirt example that I gave before, and let's say that this black t-shirt in large, other than just purchasing a generic black t-shirt in the size that I would like, I can also choose from various different printing options on that t-shirts. Now, if you have additional attributes such as prints, or it could be a lot of other stuff depending on which industry you're in, these are not necessarily fundamental for the product, meaning that I could still check out with the product that is a black t-shirt in large, but I could of course pay extra or premium to have this extra feature on the product. Now, this does not need to be reflected in the feed. The important thing is that it's easy for the customer to understand and to see when they arrive at the website that this is an additional selection that they do to their original purchase. So as long as that is clearly stated on the site and the user experience is quite easy here, it should be very straightforward. So to kind of sum it down into three steps here, things that you really need to make sure that you understand after this presentation. Well, customers can add the product to the shopping cart without their input regarding whatever variance is on the site when they come from an ad shown through the Google Shopping. Now, the second thing here is that additional features are clearly separated from the required features, meaning any additional purchases that are not necessary for me to check out needs to be quite easy to differentiate from what is needed. And thirdly, these values are not pre-selected, meaning that you should not have any additional features pre-selected when the customer lands on your website. In that case, you would need to create a new product. Now, but I think that this is very intuitive. It means a little bit of change for some advertisers, but I think in the long run, it also makes a lot of sense to the customers, as this is normally how you would maintain your stock in your business.
Great. Thank you so much for your attention today. We'll be checking now if there are any questions from you guys, and if you haven't posted any so far, then please feel free to post them on the Google Plus page, and we'll be answering them later.
Exactly.
And apparently there are no questions today, so we will thank you for your attention, and we'll see you in 2 weeks. And
yeah, looking forward to it. Thank you so much for listening, guys, and see you in 2 weeks. Have a great day.